Hi guys, welcome to Soul's No Evolution. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. This is going to be your timeless tarot for whenever it is that you're tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're all doing really well. Wow, I don't think we've seen this card. We're using the African Goddess Rising deck. Queen Ya, oh my gosh, Asantewa? I think that's how you say it. Queen Ya Ansatiwa. Level up. Card number 39. Bottom of the deck, we've got Shame, but it came out in the reverse. I don't know if we read these cards in the reverse. Some of them are upside down. Some of them are in the upright. So I'm going to leave that in the reverse. We've got, what's the goddess's name? Long Bubbly Susie. And she's in the reversed. So we've got Shame in the reversed and leveling up. So it feels like you've dropped, or you're in the process of dropping a feeling of shame, whether that is for mistakes that have been made. And I've just got to say, like, mistakes are a part of living. Mistakes are a part of life. The only issue, ooh, we've got the Devil, oh my gosh, and the Three of Swords. I was going to say the only issue, if there is such a thing, with mistakes is when we don't learn from them and we keep repeating a cycle. So there may have been, now it's in the upright. I don't know, that was in the reverse position. There we go. There may be something that you were attached to that you were ashamed of. That could be, I don't know, people, places, things. The Devil card speaks about our attachments. It's got to be something, the Devil again. Right, okay, it came out in the reverse that time, and we still got the Three of Swords at the bottom. I knew I should have taken those two cards. And I was like, no, pop them back in the deck. Yeah, there was something that you were attached to, that because it came out in the reverse the second time, that I feel as though that you're released, or you have released yourself from. The Devil is earth energy and rules the 3D. So anything very human, it could be money, it could be, I don't know, greed, it could be people. I don't know what you were holding on to, but there was a sense of shame attached to it, and pain, suffering. It could have been an addiction. It could have been a mentality, something toxic. I don't know, but it felt as though you were enslaved to it, but you're releasing that now. Yeah, look at that. Then we got the Three of Swords, which we saw in the split. So whatever it was that you were attached to, or the shame that you were carrying, it was creating nothing but, like, I want to say, suffering. So it almost felt like it was something that you couldn't let go of, and then you beat yourself up for not being able to let it go, and then that just was a cycle of, then you felt like shit, so therefore you were still attached to whatever it was that you were ashamed of. And there was just a cycle that needed to be broken, but I feel as though you're coming out the end of it now. You've got the Eight of Cups, which is you walking away from all this toxic shit. All this toxic shit. Whatever you put your heart into, whatever this devil energy was, I feel as though that you're letting it go. There was some sort of epiphany. We look at the darkness of all of these two cards, or both of these two cards, especially this one. There's a lot of grey, murky energy in that Three of Swords. And this person's heading towards the light here. So it almost feels as though you woke up one day, and it may not have been as simple as, waking up one day, but this is the energy that I'm getting. It's like you woke up one day and you were like, no, you know what? I'm not allowing myself to suffer anymore. You either have faced your fears, you confronted something that was causing you pain, and you allowed yourself to move on from it. You're either in this energy now, where you are confronting something, and it feels as though the solution for those of you that are in this is for you to walk away, and it's towards your healing. Oh my God, and look at that. Then we've got the Nine of Cups. This is absolutely beautiful. So you walk away from what was causing you pain or suffering, or what you were attached to in a very low vibrational way. And it releases you. Or you allow yourself to release yourself. But there's a fear I feel as though you overcame here, and you're definitely leveling up. because we go from the three, I can't believe how this has come out. We go from the 3 of Swords to the 4 of Swords. So that's progress. This would be you now nurturing, healing this suffering, this pain, whatever it was that you were attached to. You can see these red strings that are wrapped around this tree and wrapped around the body of the character in the 3 of Swords. So it speaks of these attachments. In this Devil card, we've got the guy down here with strings on his back that the devil is holding. So whatever you were negatively attached to, that had its grip almost on you, I want to say, you're able to heal from that now. You're able to heal from that. So that's one way that there's a leveling up. And then we've got this leveling up here too, where we go from the 8 to the 9 of Cups. So more progress. And that's what I was saying. It's like when you recognize, when you open your eyes to the fact that you do have the choice to walk away from something. You do have the choice to allow for a rebirth. You no longer have to be attached to whatever this was or is. It moves you towards your wish fulfillment. Because the 8 of Cups being in the middle of the reading is a recognition that what you're doing, what you're attached to, what you've been invested in emotionally, what has been pulling your strings in some way, it wasn't fulfilling you like on a soul level. The Cups speak about a soul level. So this is you moving away, as I was saying, towards that light at the end of the tunnel. And as soon as you walk away and heal, you get your wish fulfillment. This is absolutely beautiful. So there's a definite leveling up here. We've got it in the card. I can't believe how this reading came out. We've got it in card number 39 with level up. So you're dropping the shame. And it may have been that feeling of shame that kept you attached to something or someone. You may have felt that this is as good as it gets for me because you're already carrying that energy of shame. But look at this. We've got the, I'm just going to pull from the bottom of the deck. We've got the 6 of Wands underpinning the devil in the reverse. So you have victory over this devilish energy, be it your own, something that's ego related, or an external energy that's been pulling your strings. Whatever it is that you were attached to, you get a victory over it. You win. You beat the devil. This is like ridiculous. And then we've got the Hermit. Let me just pull all of these. Then the Queen of Wands, Temperance, and then the 6 of Cups. And then we've got the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this Hermit speaks about going within for the answers, and I feel as though this is what happened. You may have isolated yourself. Let's say you removed a toxic person out of your life, or you broke a habit of some kind. It then kind of created a space, which is what the Hermit energy does. It creates a space for you to look within. And it almost feels like, oh, this is so deep. One of these red strings coming from this heart is attached to the root of this tree, or the base of this tree. We don't see the roots really. So it may be that you taking time on your own, spending time on your own, withdrawing from, I don't know, people around you or their perspectives or opinions. If you still have people around you, it's like you're no longer taking them on board. Allows you to get to the root of your issue that may be the initial reason why you were attached to this devilish energy in the first place. It's like devilish energy is, to me, it's almost a symptom, if you know what I mean. But what's the root cause? So this is going back to the root cause of your pain and root cause of your suffering, but doing it like, you know, on your own or in solitude, seeking enlightenment with reference to this pain and suffering. And unfortunately, a lot of life is pain and suffering. But these moments, if we choose to face them, are what allows us to then be able to release that pain in a healthy way. We're not denying that it's there. We're accepting that it's there, but also accepting that we don't have to move forwards with it. We can leave it where it's at. And then this is you having the confidence with the Queen of Wands to take action, to move forward. The 8 in the 8 of Cups It speaks about action and forward movement. And the Queen of Wands would definitely be the energy that you want to be in to take those steps. This is someone that's prepared to allow themselves to shine and also recognizes that where they were wasn't putting them in position to be able to do that. This is someone that's confident, that's taking the lead in their own life, enthusiastic about the future, because they know that walking away is going to provide, I don't know, everything that it is that they want. I can't believe how this reading's come out. And then underpinning the Four of Swords, we've got the Temperance, which is alchemy. And that's exactly what we said. This is you healing that pain of the past, the suffering in the Three of Swords, with the Four of Swords. And then we get Temperance, which is you alchemizing that experience, balancing your emotions, allowing yourself to put your mind at rest. This is like healing. Now, some of you may be like, this may be incremental, like this may be your past. You know, you may be in the point where you're actually moving out of this situation. Some of you could be here where you're in the healing stage. But this isn't like, you know, a week-long journey. This isn't a week-long journey, because the Temperance card speaks about having patience. So having patience with yourself as you heal, giving yourself the actual time that it takes for you to balance out or master an aspect of yourself here. So you could be in this healing phase for, you know, weeks or months or even years for some people. So don't rush this healing process is what I will say. Because if you successfully achieve or complete this healing of your heart space here in your mind and your emotions, and you give to yourself and you nurture yourself and you create, you know, mental stability and emotional stability in your life, you balance your shadow and your light, then look what comes in. We've got the Nine of Cups, which is your wish fulfillment. This is your wish fulfillment. So I don't know if, like I say, this is almost like a karmic reward from something that you've experienced in your past. This could be a wish that you've wanted since you were a child, or, you know, younger in years if we're not going all the way back to childhood. But the Six of Cups is an energy of, like, you know, reminiscing and nostalgia. So whatever this wish fulfillment is, I feel it's going to fulfill you on many levels. It's going to fulfill the adult self that you are, but it's also going to appeal to, or I don't know, it's going to give something to the inner child of you too, whatever this wish fulfillment is. And then the bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Cups. I can't believe we took all those cards from the bottom of the deck and it all made so much sense. I feel as though it's like there's a youthful energy returning to you, or you, as you walk away and you get to this Nine of Cups, there's like an emotional reset point. I don't know if your imagination is returning, that light-hearted energy. There's an opening of your heart here. You may be more sensitive, emotionally sensitive. And that doesn't mean like, you know, crying every minute, but just more in tune or more in touch with, you know, the way that you feel. This is an energy of like your dreams. So whether you're pulling in your wish fulfillment and it is your dreams, but we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is so beautiful. That's what I mean. Whatever your dreams are, whatever it is that your heart desires, what at one point when you were filled with shame and whatever this toxicity was that you've now overcome, I feel like you're allowing yourself to dream big or to think big, have those like pie in the sky dreams for yourself again. It could be romantic, it may not be, but there's just an opening of your heart again that I see with this. And we've got this pig up in the top corner, and it's giving me the energy like it always does of where pigs might fly. So something that you may have disbelieved before, that you were worthy of with this shame, you may not have felt worthy to manifest your dreams. You may have not felt as though you deserved to live the life that you want to live, but look at what comes after you rectify this. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is your fate and your destiny. And it's also an energy of change. So you've done the work here, or you're in the process of doing the work here, or you need to do the work here. I don't know, like I say, where you're going to be in this process, but I'm seeing a journey. This is the start of the journey, the middle of the journey, and the end of the journey. And between that, we've got a lot of pain and suffering, and we've got a lot of healing of that pain and suffering before we get to the end. So you could be anywhere along this. But your luck is going to change if you continue to do the work. Your fortune is changing. You're elevating. You're growing. We've got this Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new, practical, solid, new beginning. And then we've got the Fool, which is again that new beginning, taking a risk, jumping into something brand new, leaving all the baggage of the past behind, having the confidence to know that things are changing for the better for you. This is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Do I need... Right, let's use this deck. I don't need to clarify with any tarot. That was clear as day. I do want to pull some more cards. So let's see any more messages. Any more messages. We've got balance. And that's exactly what this Temperance energy is talking about. Temperance angel's got this moon and the sun on his hands here, which can represent our masculine and feminine energy. It can speak about our light and our dark. I'm sure we spoke about that earlier on in the reading. But we've got this balance. You coming into balance within yourself, mastering an aspect of yourself, it may not make other people outside of you very happy. We've got 3 people here at the bottom. 1 second. That look miserable as hell. Or you restoring the balance in your life. Like I say, it's going to be a difficult process. Looking at this pain and suffering isn't going to be easy, but don't give up. Don't give up trying to seek this balance. Right. Why is this balance here? Well, this is just saying that balance needs to be brought to this toxic situation where you're suffering, and you can succeed if you achieve this balance. Any more messages? Destiny. We just saw that with the Wheel of Fortune. That's it. Those experiences, oh my goodness, enlightenment. Yeah, those experiences, that pain and suffering, because we've got the Hanged Man here, which is an energy of enlightenment. The Hermit, sorry, what am I talking about? The Hanged Man. The Hermit is an energy of enlightenment. So the pain and suffering you've been through was part of your destined path. You were supposed to experience what it is that you experienced. There was nothing, it may have felt bad, but it wasn't wrong, as in you were supposed to experience everything that you did, and you were supposed to grow through it. You were supposed to become enlightened as a consequence of walking this karmic path. You walking away though, like I say, recognizing the pain and suffering, going within, finding the answers, is moving you towards a new destiny. Destiny isn't one thing. We make choices and decisions to align with our destiny all the time. And I feel you're coming out of this a more enlightened human being, more connected spiritually, more understanding of the journey and the experiences. Yeah, look at that. See, more wisdom because of the experiences that you've been through. This is beautiful. You now have wisdom, or you will have when you come out the other end of it, like what we're saying. I don't know where you're going to be. But enlightenment is wisdom. It's looking at, it's going through the experiences that we talked about that are difficult, that are challenging, that are calling growth from you, calling you to release certain attachments, whether to people, places and things. I don't know exactly which, I don't know who it was, if it was Buddha, I don't know, but somebody sat like in the desert, completely isolated on their own, meditating, I don't know if it was for years. And he reached that point of enlightenment which is transcending the human experience, really, and connecting with God. This is beautiful. Then we got self-worth, and I spoke about that with the shame. There was something that you were either attached to, holding on to, doing, that was putting you in this energy of shame. And like I say, you're fixing that. You're recognizing your self-worth. You're almost, this throne is being like illuminated, and it's being illuminated by God or the universe or the sky. And it's like saying, take your seat. You are worthy. And I feel that you're coming to that understanding or that recognition that you are worthy. And it's so beautiful because we're using the gods, I think it's the African goddess rising deck. So this almost feels like a coronation. You're crowning yourself, or the universe is crowning you, and you're just assuming the position. That's probably a better way of saying it. We don't really get to crown ourselves. But you know what I mean? Your value, your self-worth, your self-esteem, those low vibrational feelings of shame and whatever, you're releasing them and you're standing in your joy. Or as you move through this journey, that's the outcome. That's what's going to be. And we've got passion, and this is exactly what we're talking about with the Page of Cups. It's keeping your passions alive, allowing those dreams to be what you want and need them to be, and moving in the direction of it. Some of you may come to the conclusion that being of service is a passion to you. This woman's reading, it looks like in like an elderly, like a care home or an old people's home. There's a man with a walking stick there, and she's reading him a book. So being of service, finding a way to support your fellow collective. Wow. Your advice and guidance. We've got guides and meditate. This is such a spiritual journey. With the enlightenment reference in here twice, the destiny reference in here twice, the wisdom. Somebody's guides are wanting or trying or have been communicating with you. And it's through this meditation, as we were saying here, the quieting of your mind, the letting go of the things that you've been holding on to mentally, that is going to put you in alignment to receive the guidance that's coming through from your guides, that are either going to be moving you in the direction that's going to lead to your wish fulfillment, towards your enlightenment, towards your healing, towards you balancing your own energy out. Oh, no, that one goes there, and this is the one that we had. So yeah, it may be really important for you at this time to tune out the noise. We had it with the Hermit as well. Go within and seek those internal answers from your personal guides. Right. I think I'm going to read Guides out the book. I don't think I've read that. I've read Meditate before. Card number 7. And 7 is an energy of having trust and faith in things that we cannot see. You may not see these guides. They very well are going to be spiritual guides. Whether it's passed over loved ones, ancestors, other kinds of guides, because we don't just have family members that guide us. But you may not trust it. You may not believe that they're out there to guide you, and they're willing you to connect. Right, it says your spirit guides and ancestors are calling to you now. They surround you with their love and protection, and they also offer you their wisdom. We've got the word wisdom here. Allow these helping spirits into your world today. You are not alone. Meditate on this, and it's come out next to meditate. That's so strange. Meditate on this when you need assistance from your spiritual team. Like I said, this is a spiritual journey that somebody is going on. So if you feel as though you're alone, you're not alone. Your guides, your ancestors are willing and waiting for you to connect to them so that they can help guide you to where it is that they know where you want to be. So I'm going to leave that there. That was beautiful. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.